Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to True Sim Productions Front Row Esports pre-race pit party for our race tonight at Auto Club Speedway. And there's our host there, Tanner Marr. How's it going? Yeah.
Hey, Tan, what's going on? How you doing tonight? Ah,
Oh my goodness, the troubles continue. Been sitting there speaking the entire time with a muted microphone. So we'll try this
yep.
again. Kel, thank you for the introduction. We also are joined by old Toilet Bowl Tom. He was late for work, so he came rushing in. I came rushing in. We battled through adversity a little bit. We had a little bit of conflict trying to go live here, as always. Here, uh, did half the show muted.
It,
It's just
it's
another day. Tom, how you
it's.
doing, buddy?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
I've been better. I've been better, to say
Been
the
better?
least. I've been
I
better.
mean,
But
it's been we're a little rushed. It's been busy, but that's how it goes, right? We all work 40 plus hours a week, and
exactly.
yet we still find time to do this and put on a show for everybody. So sometimes things don't always go as planned, but such is life, right?
I think we work 40 hours a week and then we sit here and work 40 hours a week, it feels like.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I don't disagree. Yes,
But
yes.
Kel let us in with the intro, so thank you for that, Kel. Very good intro, I will say.
No problem.
Going to Auto Club tonight. 100 big laps tonight, Tom. Talk to us about Auto Club, brother.
Yeah, so Auto Club's that old 2 mile, worn out,
Fast.
bumpy as all
Fast.
get out, and fast, right?
Fast.
You know, I mean, if you think about it, we're running out of 2 mile tracks on the NASCAR circuit. So, it's not many of them left. So it's fun. It's wide. A lot of them for racing. A lot of them for passing, and it's gonna be a fun ride. Should be a quick night too. A little shorter race tonight for the drivers here at front row. So maybe we have a nice race tonight. Hopefully.
With it being 100 laps, that means it is a little bit shorter race, right? 2 miles, but it's Auto Club. It's so fast.
Yep.
It's remarkable how fast it is. It starts out like on the straightaways, almost like you're at Daytona or Talladega, but then you dive off into corners. These corners are not banked like Daytona or Talladega, right? So
Nope.
you're gonna be off the throttle, so you got to be careful. When I think of Auto Club, though, you hit it. I think of the bumps. The
Yep.
bumps are crazy. All night tonight, you're gonna be bottoming out all night.
And and that's the thing. Like in the old, Gen 5, Gen 6, the trucks, the Xfinity and ARCA cars, right? The bumps don't affect the cars as much. They
Right,
don't have bump stops on them on the bottom.
right.
With these next gen cars and having the rub blocks, I mean, if you any little bump, you're gonna hit a rub block and it upsets the race car. So you got to hit the bumps just right, just perfect. Um, it's really line sensitive per bumps. And
Absolutely.
and like Tanner was saying, I mean, it's going to be like a mini Daytona Talladega. Drivers are going to be stacked up on each other, 2, 3 wide, bumper to bumper all night long. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Tom, I've been ridiculously busy. For the folks who don't know, we are doing a charity race tomorrow. So, been
Hmm.
focused on that a lot this week. Haven't turned any laps at Auto Club in any setup yet. So, I don't have a setup. I told the Five Kings boys, please prepare something good enough just to get us there. And hopefully, we tweak on it. Have you turned any laps this week yet?
I have turned about I don't know, 200 to 300 laps between the course of the weekend and the beginning of this week. So I'm good. I'm ready to go.
So, Tom, you got a setup I can borrow there, brother?
I might be able to sneak you something. Just don't let anybody else know, okay?
Right on, right on. Well, folks, we are also joined by last season's Clash winner. I can't call him Mr. Big Ugly because he is not ugly. Look at that fine specimen right there. That's a beautiful human being, if I say so myself. Mr. Carl Lindstrom, driver of the number 83. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Doing well, doing well.
Carl, I'm glad to have you here. You are somebody. When Tom told me I got Carl as a guest, I was like, awesome. Carl's there. He shows up every week. He races hard, but the thing is, he races clean. If he ever does get into you, the first thing that's going to happen before you're even done wrecking, Carl's going to come over to the mic and say, "Hey, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. That was on me." Me and Carl had one small run in, and I had a message after the race, and I think it was my fault. I think I took blame for it actually.
Yeah.
So that
Is it
shows.
always your fault?
Kind of. I still owe you from Nashville, though. I don't think we're going to talk about that every time. I still owe you.
Damn.
Damn. And I owe Elliot tonight, too. I'll put that out there in the public just so everybody knows. A little beef going on. But, Carl, last season's class winner, one of the most respected drivers in Front Row Esports. What's your outlook tonight going into Auto Club?
So last year, we raced this track, and I had led a bunch of laps at this track. And we were getting close to the end. I think we were in 10 to go, and I had like a 15-second lead on second place. And we ended up going long on the pit stop. So we were getting close to fuel. We were gonna try to make it, and Bad Fast Marley ended up winning this thing on fuel mileage, and kind of broke my heart because I had this one in this one in the books, I think, and he saved fuel, didn't have to pit, and ended up winning the race, and that one stung a little bit. So I think this track, it's got a lot of room. There's more than one groove. Yeah, there's more than one groove on this track. So you'll see a lot of 2-3 wide racing, I think. Like Tom had talked about earlier, there's bumps, and there's certain bumps in certain lines. So, if you're a car and a half, 2 lanes up from the bottom, there's some pretty good bumps that can upset the car. So, I plan this race probably is going to have some long green flag runs. So I would expect to see tire wear start to play a factor on the long run. So, which will probably lead to some pretty good racing to watch on those long runs as cars come off the corners 2 and 3 wide, and you got some cars maybe pushing a little bit, and other ones are a little bit loose. So we'll see what happens.
Right, and I heard one statement in there: tire wear. You think tire wear is going to be a factor? Luckily, Tom he gave us 79 tires tonight, right, for 100 laps. So we'll have plenty of tires. In all seriousness, there is 5 total sets of tires tonight. So if there's a long green flag run, you're going to see people start to contemplate, hey, is it worth going down pit road and getting fresh rubber? Because you are going to get slower over time. Auto Club is notorious for being fast, bumpy,
and
a tire killer.
Yeah, and it's about a 2-second fall off between fresh tires and old tires.
Wow. So I mean, that goes to show you right there that rubber will be important. So you may see people towards the beginning portion of the race, they may just kind of chill out, just kind of ride around, kind of stay at the tail end of the pack, right? So they're not using a whole lot of rubber. So you could see some comers and goers this race. You could see some people from the back start moving up to the front because they saved their tires, vice versa. I'm expecting a really good night tonight. Tom, hit us with the stages really quick.
Yeah, so again, 3 stages like always. Stage 1 is going to end at lap 20. Stage 2 is going to end at lap 50.
Yep.
Then we will have a 50 green flag run for the final stage of stage 3.
And then these drivers, they have one fastest pair, meaning basically you get involved in a wreck. If you're not accustomed to Irish, you get involved in a wreck, car's too hurt to continue racing, you can't pull down pit road, and poof, you get a brand new car. Mm-hmm. You only do that once, though, so you got to be careful. Yeah. Accidents happen. Now, I want to kind of switch gears and jump back over to Carl. Carl, I see 2 diecast behind you. We were talking about diecast earlier on before we went live. Kale showed us some diecast. You got a pretty cool one back there in that junior one. Then you have an Oreo senior one as well. That's also in a case. That's mighty sweet. Pick it up just a little bit so the camera can see.
Yeah, so this is actually a junior one as well. This is the Xfinity car, his Daytona car. Okay.
That's why I don't have that. I thought it may have been a senior one. I wasn't 100% sure on that. And and then that other one is by far one of the most legendary paint schemes ever. I mean, if you got that sitting behind you, all you can do is win, right? And That's a so
It's a motivator.
right, absolutely. So I wanna come away from that and ask you, who is your favorite driver all time, Carl?
Oh, well, that's easy. That's Dale Senior.
Senior?
Yeah.
That's me too. It seems like everybody that's like kind of our age, you're either Gordon or Senior, right? I respect Gordon, but not a fan of him, right? Senior
Yep.
was always my go-to guy as well, and that's who I like growing up. Okay, what now? Let's switch gears. Active drivers. Who's your favorite current driver?
So active drivers, it's Chase Elliott.
Okay.
I like Earnhardt and Elliott. Definitely had some run-ins. Elliott's dad, Bill.
Right.
They had some run-ins a long time ago. So I wasn't a big Bill Elliott fan, but when the Earnhardts, when there wasn't an Earnhardt racing anymore, I had to go with somebody who had some family history,
Right.
and I ended up choosing Chase. So
That's pretty cool.
I had it narrowed down to a couple drivers, and Chase was the one that I chose. So
Right on. Now, your favorite track on iRacing? What would you say for you personally for your driving? Your favorite track? What track do you feel most comfortable at?
I like running at either one. It's Talladega or Daytona.
Right.
I love both of those races. So
Right.
and as an Earnhardt fan, how can you not, right?
Right.
So
I was afraid you was gonna say Auto Club. I was gonna say, well, pack it up, boys, because he almost won there last week or last season. So go ahead and pack her up. Tom, let me ask you.
I do like this track though.
Right. Let me ask you, Tom. Who
Yeah.
is your favorite driver? I don't know if I've ever asked you this. Who's your favorite driver all time?
My favorite all-time driver is Dale Earnhardt.
My man. Who's your favorite current day NASCAR driver?
If I had to go current day, it's gonna have to be Kevin Harvick, only because he took over Dale's ride and just kind of stuck with him since then. So
Right. Okay. Makes sense. What about you, Mr. Butler?
What about me?
He was falling asleep over, folks. We lost
he
him.
was.
We
He
lost
needs
him.
more coffee. He needs more coffee.
I need more coffee.
Who's your favorite all-time driver, Kel Butler?
Favorite time driver all time. You have to go old school with Davey Allison.
Hey, Zimmy.
Nice.
Brian Zimmerman, if you're
Nice,
watching this,
yeah.
he is smiling right now.
Oh yeah,
That's a good
we
pick.
lost him way too soon. He could have won several championships. I think.
It would have
Yeah.
been the Davey and Gordon show at that point. Going
Yeah.
going through the years in the 90s.
It would have been nice to see those two go head to head with each other. For a while.
even Earnhardt. Right? I know Earnhardt won his last one. What, Carl? 97 was it?
Yeah.
So I mean, he
98.
98.
I think it was 98. Yeah.
So Earnhardt still got him a chance right there. But that would have been amazing to watch Davey and Gordon go toe to toe. I mean,
Yeah.
you couldn't imagine it. We lost him way too soon. What about current driver? Do you watch much NASCAR still?
Currently, I'd have to agree with Carl. I'm going to go with Chase Elliott. I love the way he's so laid back. Nothing
He-
sets him up.
He
Nothing
carries
upsets him.
himself well.
He is just the cool cucumber all the time, man.
Right,
Like,
Yeah.
right. So no shock here. My favorite all-time driver is Senior, and my favorite current driver. I'm sure Tom, you sit in Discord and race with me. You can probably tell who it is. Kyle Busch. I love the drive. I hate the interviews, but I love the drive. So
Mhm, mhm.
I hate sometimes how he conducts himself, but there's nobody that wants to win more than that kid or more than that guy, Kyle Busch. So,
Yep.
I've always been a fan. I say I always a fan. I became a fan after he broke his leg at at Daytona and came back and won a championship.
Yeah.
Alrighty, folks. Go ahead, Tom. Excuse me.
No, I was just gonna say. I mean, it's true. That I mean, there's no doubt. I know there's so many Kyle Busch haters out there, right?
Right.
And let's face it, I'm not a fan of him either. But
Rightfully
I'm not
so,
a fan
too,
of the
by the
way
way.
he promotes himself and
Right.
way he talks about other drivers.
Right.
But what I am a fan of is the fact that this man can wheel a damn race car.
Everything he sits in, it don't matter what it is.
I mean, there's no denying he can wheel a race car. So
Same with Kyle Larson,
Yep.
right? You can't deny Kyle Larson in that aspect either. Okay, get the camera
And,
off. Kale's going to sleep over there, folks.
yeah, and we do have Kingdom Racing who's commenting here on YouTube. He says his favorite driver is Alex Bowman. So
Oh, Bowman. Bowman is
So-
He's like a underdog, but he won
is.
4 races 2 years back, I think. So like, it's
I-
hard to count him as an underdog.
I think
Well,
this season
6 years
is going
in
to
a
be a
row.
good season.
6 years in a row on the front row at Daytona 500.
Right, right. I mean,
I mean,
everybody.
you can't. I mean, that's amazing. Nobody's ever touched that.
I was
Yeah.
seeing reports that he may lose his ride next year,
Yep.
but they ended up signing a contract. But over the offseason, they were talking like he could lose his ride, and the kid, I would take him over Willie B right now, Willie Byron. I really would.
Oh, yeah.
Alex, he can drive a race car. I mean,
Right.
there's no doubt about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Tom, we will be live here tonight. I know we got sidetracked, but that's what the pit party's going to be. There's going to be a few of us in here every week, and we're going to discuss the action for that night. We'll be here live every Friday night. You can catch us. It'll be about 5:45 p.m. Central, 6:45 p.m. Eastern, and then the race will fire up. What time does the green flag fly tonight? So I know the broadcast time.
Green flag will be flying at little after 9 p.m. Eastern time tonight.
Right. So at 9 p.m. We'll say 8:45 Eastern, 7:45 Central. True Sim Productions on YouTube, and we're on Twitch now. Check us out. But until then, it's been myself, Tanner Marr. It's been Tulip Bow time. We were joined. Thank you, Carl, for coming in with us early, getting all the sound right, and I'll be out on track with you tonight. I'm a little nervous, and Kel Butler, I'm gonna need you to wake up over there. But thank you, buddy.
Yeah, I'm just resting up for the race.
Right on, right on. Folks, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Tom, is there anything you need to hit on before we get up out of here?
Now, just like always, shout out to True Sim Productions and everything they do for behind the scenes and all the awesome broadcasts they do for everything involving iRacing. So, shout out to you guys. Shout out to all the admins and make all this stuff possible. So, we'll see you all on the track.
What about sponsors, real quick? You got any sponsors from Front Row you want to thank?
We got to thank Moser Racing, W
Absolutely.
Energy, a new sponsor, Track Race, that's come on board. Chummy
Track
Motorsports.
The Track
Racer
Racer, boys
on
and
board.
girls. This
Yep.
thing is blowing up, folks. Track
Yep.
Racer, keep going. Sorry.
Chummy Motorsports, big sponsor there for behind the scenes stuff. We also have a new behind the scenes sponsor, and he's actually in this room. So I want to thank Carl Lindstrom here for helping out, keeping the lights on the front row.
I appreciate everything you guys do for us.
These folks don't realize it takes a village to run a league. It really does.
Yep.
There's a lot of money that comes and goes when you run these leagues, but man, oh man, it's fun. Folks, I hope y'all enjoy the action tonight. I'll be out on track in that number 4 car. Tom will be in the 32. Kel Butler will be in the 64. Lindstrom will be in the 83, if I remember off the top of my head correctly.
83, yes.
That is correct.
And we'll be live on True Sim Productions at, we'll say 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. But until then, we'll see ya.